of situation tonight that we saw over the weekend, some slumps in the middle of the game, some defensive lapses. Just talk me through how you're feeling about things. Get 4 games.
Well, I mean, I think there's a lot of things that we can reflect back on, both positively and negatively. You know, that's why we play these games, in terms of figuring out. You know, it's always going to teach you something, and so our job is to make sure that we make note of it. And we'll spend some time in here before practice tomorrow, just going over some of the things that we need to tighten up. But you know, I thought Ben Hampton did a really good job, got us into the 5th. Would have liked to have been able to keep him out there to hopefully, you know, get him a win. But, you know, the game dictated that we went to Louis. I thought he did a really good job. And then, you know, I thought Chase actually threw the ball extremely well. So that middle stretch, just of the middle bullpen, you know, the middle innings of the bullpen, I thought was a step in the right direction. That's a really good hitting team. That's a really good team, you know, mid-major team that, you know, I don't know if people know, but are new, that, you know, they were, you know, 1 win away from in Stanford a couple years ago to playing in the World Series. So it's just, you know, just like DBU, Texas State and DBU, those programs are high-level caliber teams. And obviously Steve Trout, you know, he played here, and him coming back here. But I thought for the most part, you know, they set down, I think, 12 guys in a row out of their bullpen, which gave them kind of a chance to come claw back in the game. And and they did a good job of it and made it a game really close in the 9th inning with a one-run game. So, but we're pretty excited when Ben Abel has the ball and in those types of situations.
Coach, speaking of Ben Abel, you went to him for the last 4 outs of the game. How crucial is that for the team to have him in the back end of the bullpen?
Well, I mean, it's really crucial, you know. And he only threw 1 time on the weekend. It's last weekend, so we thought for sure we were going to be able to do probably like we did, 1+. You know, either get 1 or 2 outs in the 8th inning and then pitch the 9th. But I mean, really, in the 9th inning, it came down to them not being able to give sacrifice bunt down, and then the pitch that Ben has worked up really diligently with Coach Lawn on, and the changeup, and getting the guy out on his front foot and getting a 6-4-3. Totally changed the dynamic of the 9th inning because of that.
You've had a couple different starters at third base so far.
Mm-hmm.
What have you felt about the rotation at third base, and how hard is it to replace somebody like Kirk Taylor?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, in my time here, you go from like Matt Carpenter to Jansen Whitty to Braden Taylor. You know, like there's like 15 years worth of like really good third base play. And, you know, you also have, you know, Connor Shepard played there for us for quite, you know, for a little bit too, sandwiched before, you know, Braden. So you have a lot of high level defensive third basemen in the last 10, 15 years playing over there. So I don't think that they're trying to replace him. I think Brody, again, had some really, really good at-bats, you know, the double to right center and then extending the inning with 2 outs and you know, in his last at-bat. So I think the main thing is, you know, getting his confidence level where, you know, he's won the job. You know, he's come out and played like we thought he could play, and he got his opportunity, and now is running with it. And so we feel really good about Brody at third, and he's only going to get better as he gets more reps.
Chase Brunson, a couple missed balls in the outfield tonight, but you just take the good with the bad with freshmen.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's uncharacteristic. I think in his early career, he's been pretty steady out there. I thought he threw an unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, you know, I thought, you know, it skipped on Carson a little bit. I think it surprised him maybe, but I thought that was as good of an outfield throw as we've seen in a really long time here. And sometimes you get the good with the bad, and, you know, nobody wants to make more plays than Chase. And so, you know, kind of a bad deal, but it's a great learning opportunity. You know, especially now that was a different wind compared to the wind that was on the weekend. And so now all of a sudden, you know, it kind of went back the other way on him, and he missed it. But, you know, and then I think the one in center field, I don't fault them for being aggressive. I think as soon as I'll have to go watch the film, but as soon as he kind of hesitated right off the bat, might have been a time when you have a 2-run lead to maybe shut it down and just play it where he stays on first base. And that's all things that, you know, as he matures as a player, he's going to get better at in terms of those decision makings.
And in left field, Sammy Myers made his first start. How'd you feel about him tonight?
Well, all he did his first at bat was hit a rocket over the shortstop's head, and I thought he made 2 really good plays, you know, playing left field for the first time. And it's fun. It's fun to see those new guys get opportunities and be ready to do it. that's the main thing. And we knew that he's a good baseball player, and we knew Sammy was going to give us good at-bats and play good defense and he's run the bases at extremely high level. He came in then, the 8th inning on Sunday and made a couple good reads on fly balls and ran the bases really well, and then a ball in the dirt read to get to third base, after he hit the single. And so, I thought he was really good. So it's fun when you see, 2 young outfielders get opportunities and really start off the season the way they want to.
On some of those miscues, how important is it for the pitcher and the rest of your fielders to kind of pick up that athlete or pick up like Brunson?
Yeah.
And kind of not let it snowball into a big inning.
For sure, that can easily be done, when something like that happens. But I thought Louis handled himself extremely well, thinking, okay, I got out of the inning fly ball, and then it drops. And then for him to have the mound presence and poise to be able to get the very next guy out, I think was really critical. And that's his experience from what he learned last year. And so that's when you have a good team, is good teams pick each other up. And, I thought Louis handled it really well.
You've got UCLA coming up this weekend. Do you anticipate same starting rotation, or?
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, we're excited. I think the weather's going to be phenomenal, and I thought going into the season they were going to be a top 7 team nationally in the preseason rankings. That's how highly I think of them and Coach Savage and what they do over there. They're young, but it's the best. I think one of the top 2 recruit classes in the country in terms of who made it on campus, and so they'll start a couple, I think 3 or 4 freshmen, but they're really, really talented, and so and they always pitch really well. So we'll have our hands full for sure, and we got to play our best baseball to beat them. You bet.